At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
You're watching KPVM News 46. Weekend Review. With Deanna O'Donnell. And Jason Koblenz.
Welcome to News 46's Week in Review, your #1 source for local news. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Jason Koblenz.
The Daniel Robbins murder trial began on Thursday. News 46 caught up with the editor of the Pahrump Valley Times, Matt Ward, and reporter Kelsey Gibbons.
Yes, I was at the Robbins case this morning, covering it, the opening arguments and the first few witnesses. Essentially, the prosecution's case is that instead of calling the police when 21-year-old Christopher Mundy showed up at their Benson Circle home on August 18th, 2011, the resident of the home, Daniel Robbins, sort of the patriarch of the Robbins family who lived at this home, took it upon himself to deal with this supposed intrusion by shooting and killing Christopher Mundy and also wounding a 14-year-old boy who happened to be with Christopher Mundy that night. The defense attorneys essentially are arguing that first of all, Christopher was warned over and over and over not to show up to the residence, and instead of heeding those warnings, and of course there was an early back and forth between the parents of his girlfriend Jennifer Robbins and himself online that got really heated, at least on one side of the argument, the parent side, got very heated, and it seems that Chris Mundy wanted to, make peace with the parents, and so ended up driving over to the house at 1:30 in the morning. Well, the defense is saying that the parents repeatedly warned Chris not to show up at the house, repeatedly, told him that, he would be trespassed. Even the mother even said that they would call police, and the defense essentially has told the jury that the gun going off, the fatal shot that killed Chris, was an accident. Now, there was a warning shot even before the fatal shot. A shot was fired into the boy's bumper, the bumper of the car he was driving, and after that, a fatal shot was fired by Daniel Robbins. Now, a witness, before the first witness took the stand, the prosecution played the 911 tape from that night of Kathy Robbins, Daniel Robbins' wife, calling 911 and essentially saying, "My husband just shot a trespasser." And the tape was very chilling. You could hear Kathy Robbins telling the dispatcher that essentially, we told this boy not to come on the property. He came on the property, and my husband shot him. And you can actually hear on the tape apologizing to Chris, saying, I'm sorry, I didn't even know you. But you should have left. We told you not to come on our property. Why did you stay? Very chilling, very emotionally charged phone call, obviously. In the background of the phone call, you can hear Pablo Flores, the young boy who was with Christopher Mundy that night. And you can hear him kind of getting emotional and asking if he's dead. And then you can hear him calling his older brother, Christopher Mundy's best friend, and proclaiming to the brother, he shot. So it was very emotional. And of course, I had to leave after the morning, so Kelsey Gibbons took over coverage for us.
Coverage of the Robbins trial in the afternoon, and they started with Daniel Robbins' daughter, Jennifer Robbins. Both the prosecution and the defense had a chance to question her, and the questions were about the jail phone call she had called to Christopher Mundy, and what she had asked him to do, and if she had given him permission to go get the car from her parents' house. And they brought up some things that she had said to a detective during an interview when she was told about the shooting originally. And apparently she had said some things like she wanted her father to stay in prison, and she didn't like him, and she was very upset and emotional about the incident, and has since said she said those things just in the heat of the moment, and she didn't really mean them after reflecting on it for several months later. And the second person to come up in the trial was Daniel Robbins' wife, Kathy Robbins, and the prosecution had their turn to question her today. The defense should be able to question her and take their turn tomorrow when the trial continues. The basis of the questioning for Kathy, they talked a lot about whether or not she had actually called 911 when Mundy first appeared on their property. She claimed over and over again when asked by the prosecution that she had dialed 911. They also asked her about several Facebook messages between herself and Mundy, and between her husband and Mundy prior to the incident happening on August 8, 2011. The prosecution then also read aloud the Facebook messages to the jury so they could see the transactions that had happened before Mundy showed up on the property and was subsequently shot. The Facebook messages were a little bit graphic, contained some foul language, but basically they were just a back and forth. Mundy had requested to be Kathy Robbins' Facebook friend. She denied sending back a message telling him that the family was not wanting to be friends with him. They wanted nothing to do with him, and they just wanted their daughter back. And it continued. He sent her a Facebook message back, arguing with her a little bit, and she sent another one. And the last Facebook message she sent, she told him not to come around the property or they would call the cops. And that was basically what came out in the afternoon on Thursday.
Pahrump resident Alyssa Lawrence, who is the aunt of 26-year-old Megan Kimbrough, called News 46 this last week to give an update on her niece Megan Kimbrough. Megan is a victim of domestic violence and the mother of 2 small children. Her case has received worldwide attention, hope and prayers for her recovery after her husband lit her on fire while she was sleeping.
Megan was burned alive back in August and has fought for her life ever since. She is now in hospice care and expected to live only a few more precious hours, according to her aunt, Alyssa Lawrence. The chaplain has been called to her bedside in the hospital in Florida. Her lungs are filling with fluid and her organs are shutting down. Just 3 weeks ago, Megan underwent her 12th surgery and was doing well. However, she took a turn for the worse shortly after when she contracted an infection. Megan's husband, 32-year-old Joshua Kimbrough, has been arrested and charged with pouring gasoline on her and lighting her on fire inside the Lakeland, Florida home. Megan was burned over 80% of her body. Many of Megan's family members are Pahrump Valley residents. Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza held a fundraiser to help Megan with her hospital bills. Plans are being made to bury Megan Kimbrough in Arizona, where her small children will live with a relative. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
For updates on Megan, you can go to Megan's Outreach Facebook page.
2 vehicles collided at the intersection of Highway 372 and Blagg. According to Nevada Highway Patrol Sergeant Carlos Rivera, the black sedan involved in this accident apparently attempted to cross the intersection traveling southbound and struck a vehicle traveling westbound on Highway 372.
A 2-vehicle accident occurred approximately 10:30 this morning here on Highway 372 and Blagg. Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene and blocked the intersection on the northbound west lanes for the 2-vehicle accident. 1 truck was involved and a sedan. It appears that the truck sustained damage to the right-hand passenger side as well as the tire. The sedan had the front bumper ripped off. Nevada Highway Patrol also arrived on scene to conduct the investigation of this accident. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue did check out 1 occupant inside the sedan who went AMA against medical advice and refused to be transported. No one else in the other vehicle was injured. Nevada Highway Patrol is once again investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Highway 372 and Blagg for News 46.
And yet another vehicle versus scooter accident occurred this last Saturday morning on Highway 372 and Linda Street.
A 2-vehicle accident occurred on Saturday morning approximately 7:30 a.m. on Highway 372 and Linda Streets. Upon arrival, deputies found the scooter had apparently been struck by this SUV on the right-hand passenger side mirror. The rider of the scooter was checked out by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue on scene and refused to be transported here locally. No one inside the SUV was injured in this accident. Nye County Sheriff's deputies blocked the flow of traffic while they conducted the investigation. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
There was also a minor single-vehicle accident involving a scooter that occurred on Basin next to Petrick Park. The driver of that scooter was uninjured. No other vehicles were involved.
A 2-vehicle accident blocked traffic on Basin and David Streets.
A two-vehicle accident occurred this morning on Basin and David Streets. Nye County Sheriff's deputies, including Sheriff Tony DeMeo, directed traffic around the accident while one patient was being evaluated. The driver of the pickup truck underwent a field sobriety test by the Nye County Sheriff's deputies, which he passed. The driver of the sedan was transported locally with injuries sustained in this accident. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
The 27-year-old man who sustained major injuries after his dirt bike and a minivan collided last week is in intensive care at UMC Trauma Center. His stepfather gave News 46 an update regarding Matthew Avers' condition.
He was touch and go, basically.
What injuries did he sustain?
He had, at the time I got there, they had found two blood places in his brain, the front lobe and the left lobe. He had a broken clavicle on his right shoulder, broken rib in the left side. His left leg and hip sustained massive injuries. The bone between the knee and the hip was totally shattered. Since then, he's had his surgery on that, and he's got 3 rods and 7 pins. The clavicle will heal on its own. It's in place. The rib will heal on its own. It's in place. He had a liver hematoma, just the blood area, because of the jarring. It was like a little blood hole. But since then, he today at 10 minutes till 5, they took the breathing tube out. He can speak to a point. He knows who I was this morning. Mainly, he's having a hard time talking. They were afraid he had neck or throat injuries. Right now, there are none. We basically talk with hand squeezes, but you have to wake him to make him alert because he's on still meds, and that's how they're progressing day by day.
So it's looking good at this point. He had some brain swelling, and now it's going down?
It's going down, and the doctor this morning, the prognosis said if it keeps going down, there should not be any brain damage. If so, it'll be very minimal, and things will be working out. I'll start doing the therapy on trying to teach him how to walk again, because having a bone or 3 rods in place of a bone is not the same. But he's coming through real good like a champ.
Tell us about Matthew himself. I hear he's a father.
He's a father of a beautiful baby girl named Caitlin. She's, a year and 3 months. She loves her grandpa, she loves her daddy, and right now she's having a hard time without her daddy. So it's just been an emotional 3 or 4 days.
He's only 27 years old, right?
Yes.
And so this accident, you've heard a lot of people are kind of upset at the driver who struck him. What do you think about that?
Well, it was an accident, I believe. I don't believe he did it intentionally.
So how can people donate to you? How can people do that? Do you have an accountant set up yet, or should they call you directly?
Just bring it down to Bender's Bar would be appreciative. There's a place down here to bring it.
And we'll be right back when News 46's Weekend Review returns. Don't go anywhere.